my dear friends on stage, Mr. D. Janathan, HOD of English, Mr. Ramesh Babu, Member Department of Computer Science, Nirmal Kumar, Principal, Mr. Vijay, my good friend Mr. Kathiresan, Mr. Manigandan from the same college, members of teaching faculty from Achariya and from other colleges, and smart people of the day, my dear student friends. Good morning, everyone. Whenever I go to a literary meet like this, I feel so happy. The first thing is I can see so many students who have opted for English literature and wanted to achieve in the field of literature have joined the course. Yet another thing also I should register here. Almost all the literature students look smart. I may have a kind of prejudiced opinion about other departments, but still, this is a fact. Because I have seen other meets also, other department meets also, and whenever English department conducts a meet like this, they excel other people. I should appreciate that. The wonderful arrangement, the way in which the program was begun by two students. They are so energetic and enthusiastic about two ideas, and the way in which the master observation being conducted, it's so nice. And my duty as a chief guest is to speak for 20 minutes, right? What is the duty? So what to speak in a literary meet like this? It's very difficult. Because everyone is in a gala, enthusiastic, enjoyable mood. I cannot talk on literary criticism or any literary pieces. But at the same time, I have two important aspects to be delivered to you. Number one is, why should I study literature? Why should I study? When I ask my students, my own students, why have you selected literature? I remember some 20 years back or 30 years back when you asked the same questions to the then people, they would say, we didn't get any other choice, so we opted for English literature. But I went to literature out of my own choice. I hope many of you have chosen literature out of your own choice. But why? What is the use? Why should I study literature? The simple question I have raised today might disturb you even. Why should I study literature? Because there are various courses available and people are madly after money. They say, as soon as I study this particular course, I can get settled, I can make money, I can make good money, my family can be settled, I can drive a costly car on earth, I can buy a villa somewhere where I like. Yes, but what about the basic question? Are you happy with your life? Are you happy? This is the question I want to ask. You will have a kind or element of humaneness in you. You will serve the society. You will serve your fellow being. All these questions remain unanswered. I don't say that other disciplined people don't answer this question, but the best answer is given by the literature students. So when you select literature, you always read about people. You read about situations in life. So you know how to handle real life situations. You know how to handle people, how to move with people. So I would always say the human is brim with literature students and not with any other people on earth. What we need today, there are so many centers open. People say you develop your speech. People say to keep your mind calm, go to meditation centers. And others say there is a kind of a spirit in you, you should enhance the spirit in your mind. So focus on the individual development fine. What about your relationship with the next person in your home? How do you establish a relationship with your parents, with your co-workers, with your brothers and sisters, with your relatives, with your friends, with your peer group? So this becomes a very questionable one today. So for which I would say literature has an answer. Definitely literature has an answer. So it molds you. It makes you a good human being basically. This is a very, very important aspect which many people forget. They think that reading literature, reading a novel, reading a drama, reading a poem is enough. But I would say, my dear student friends, literature doesn't close itself with the reading of such materials. It opens the beautiful door of this society where you can enjoy the beauty of beauty. This can be achieved only through literature. With all of the challenges in life, I would say you have selected literature. There are so many digressions in life. I should say that the student life today is very challenging. When we studied, we don't even have TV. There was no digression for us. The only pastime is reading. Or maybe playing with our peer group members, that's all. Playing is outdoor games, not with computers and mobiles. That was the day. But today, there are so many digressions. I can see a KG going kid saying, it's boring. I never used the word boring in my life during my school days or college days. But when a KG going kid says that I am bored, remember what kind of life a kid leads in this society. So there are so many digressions, definitely. When you want to study, can you take up your book without touching your mobile? I can ask the question. So what about the internet resources? You say always access internet to study. But when I say this, you can understand the amount of digression which each and every student faces in life. So with all these digressions, with all these challenges, a student studies and excels in life, that is a real achievement, I would say. I really appreciate the modern day students with whole heart, no doubt in that. Because with all these challenges, they try to achieve and they try to make some mark in their studies and they try to achieve something in their life. That is really great, I should say. What about the employment opportunity after studying literature? This is another question. My God, people always think about the conventional method of getting employment. This is one of my major complaints. Last weekend, my friends know that I was in Chennai, and part of my visit is to conduct an interview for an MNC company. So when I visit an MNC company and when I interview people, I can see people are so strong in the subject but so poor in the language. And they say, we want people with good English. So what is the starting package? They are ready to pay 50 plus. This is a starting package, 50,000 plus. I'm very surprised because the starting salary for an assistant professor in a college would not be that. So MNC is ready to pay for you people. So now you should know the value of yourself. This is very important. There are so many options open. Technical writing, academic writing, content writing, e-writing, content developers, online teaching. I am saying all these things apart from all the conventional work which you know and think. So all these skills need people like you. They need young people like you. So when such doors are open, I would say, why don't you knock the doors and grab the opportunity and establish yourself with good pay and good settlement? This is my question. So when I say the employment opportunity is high, at the same time, you know the values of life, you know the societal setup now, you know what is human relationship. Now I can say you can be a very successful student and very successful human being in the society. Just take a newspaper and read. What about the family life today? Today morning, I was talking with my good student friend, Mr. Ilanko, who is a teacher. I was talking about the present day life in the society. What about the married life? How do people live life here? Do they live happily? This is another question. Say two individuals live as individuals in home. This is the greatest tragedy. Two individuals live as individuals in home, in a married life. So you see many broken marriages. And I just wanted to study how many literature students have failed in their marriages. I would say the number is very, very, very thick when compared to other subject students. You may be surprised to hear this, but this is the fact. So even they can live life happily after studying literature. This is my observation of all these years. Maybe other faculty members might be here and they may think that I am boosting up the literature, but the fact is a fact. I would like to call a spade a spade. So when I say literature opens many avenues, starting from the employment opportunity, and it helps you to live happily, all these things, you can say that is because of literature. My dear friends, don't think that literature will teach you English alone. No. That's a kind of a wrong information many people would give. It's not only about what particular country you read in literature. Please understand. You read literatures of the world now. You don't read a particular regional literature now. So think about your experience. Without traveling to various parts of this world, you get experience. You get universal experience. That is again an achievement of literature. Well, when I say too much of literature, what about the individual, you can ask? The only one point which I expect from my literature students would be a single word, nothing more than the single word. The single word is a responsibility. It's very simple, but it's very difficult to follow. When you know the mantra called responsibility is mine, you would never fail in your life. Take from me. When you remember this mantra, responsibility is mine, you would never fail in your life. What is this responsibility is mine? That what your academic field teaches you, that what your religious field teaches you, that what your parents teaches you. But only thing is, many people do not take this word very seriously and they don't like to follow this. Say when my fellow student, when my friend doesn't fare well in the exam, whose responsibility is this? I can say it's my responsibility, very simple. I will help my student friend to pass in this examination, not by helping him to copy from my papers, but helping him to study the materials which I have, or sharing the materials, sharing the books. So it is your responsibility how to make my room tidy, neat, clean. And my mom will take care of it, or my brother, my sister will take care of it. No. You say responsibility is mine to keep my home clean. You don't need a word like Swachh Bharat. When you realize your responsibility, you don't need somebody to teach you what you are and how to live on this earth. So that is what even Swami Vivekananda said long back. The youngsters of this nation can achieve anything in their life provided they realize their responsibility. That's what I'm also saying on these footsteps. You should remember your responsibility and realize your responsibility that will help you to realize your dreams. your achievements, your goals, your aspirations. Everyone can reach zenith in their life, no doubt. I would say no one is a failure. Maybe the chances or the opportunities come late in their life. That is because they don't have the opportunities at the right moment. Except that I don't call anybody as a failure. So when you realize the responsibility, that was a literature student, I would definitely say that your success rate is high when compared to any other people. This is a simple message, but I think this is a very strong message which I like to give to the youngsters like you. When I entered the campus and when I see people dressed so colorfully and so happy on this literary meeting, yes, this is a day for enjoyment. Nothing wrong in that. A day in the year to celebrate. Yes, it is to celebrate happily. And here also I would say responsibility yours to make your friends also to be happy. So very simple. So you can apply this responsibility in all sides, in all aspects. So with this responsibility, I like to conclude my speech because my responsibility is to give room for my other speakers to deliver their message to you. I am so happy to come and participate in this function. Being a university head, we don't celebrate such a literary meet in the university because the total scenario changes in the university. And when I come to college, I remember the days when I was teaching in a college. So how my students celebrate the literary meet and how they enjoy is Evalu around here. I still remember when Evalu was as a student dancing on stage as a student. Okay, so that was a wonderful time we had. Okay, so I'm so happy to see you all celebrating such a literary meet. May God bless you all. Enjoy the day. Thank you.
Achariya, world-class education.